What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen that title was going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please. Y'all see it right here. Y'all see it right here. Literally got it from the New York Post. Been trying to stay on top of this as much as possible. Not gonna lie. I did post a video yesterday, so make sure y'all go check that out as well, please. And y'all see, it's definitely, it's been something. It's definitely been something. Definitely been, pretty wild, pretty crazy. As potential Karmelo Anthony jurors dismissed after saying they could never send him to prison. He looks like a child. That is what said. This is from New York Post. Me personally, regardless, I'm not going to lie. When it comes down to it, you got to face the consequences. Regardless, looking like a child or not. Him actually being 18, 17 at the time, actually being, tried as an adult. Me personally, that's a decision he made, and you that's something that you have to live with, and I don't know, it's very, very crazy. I'ma definitely say it's very crazy, the stuff that I'm about to show y'all, that I've seen. I haven't watched full videos of these things, but pretty wild. Got it right here, and this just in. This CBS News Texas said, and Eric Daugherty posted this, says the Karmelo Anthony trial of Austin Metcalf officially has, and is said on here, and other people have posted the same thing, no black jurors. There's nobody that, you have in Anthony's, people that's, obviously supporting him, and jury is seated. People are obviously pretty mad about it. Said 12 jurors and 6 alternatives have now been chosen, and justice for Austin Metcalf. Me personally, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And this is just me being me. Just like the case, I don't look at race of being with any of it. People are making it out to be. Especially when you're having a bunch of Karmelo Anthony supporters, and you have certain individuals of a big majority of Karmelo Anthony supporters, as I'm gonna show y'all. But you have Austin Metcalf, and me personally, a lot of it has to do obviously with a lot when it comes down to so much of anger. And I'm not using excuses. A lot of it has a lot to do with anger, but at the same time, this is right or wrong. And just like I look at the jury, it's right or wrong. And I pray that they look at that rather than it being more so of anything that has something to do with race. Me personally. Karmelo isn't wrong with it, and I'm going to keep on saying that from the things that I've seen. But check it out here.
There is a decision that Judge John Roach is behind closed doors making right now that could have a major impact not only on the outcome of this trial, but also on the public perception of it. The prosecution has used its strikes to remove 3 prospective jurors who are black. They made up 100% of those who are qualified who are black to serve on this jury. Now, the defense is protesting this vehemently, arguing that it violates legal rulings. As anyone who has followed this case knows, race has become a talking point even well before this trial because the defendant is black and the victim was white. The prosecution argues that the circumstances surrounding this case, being a school fight in a school stadium, make it, quote, race neutral, meaning that race did not play a factor in the crime, and the makeup of the jury doesn't have to legally reflect that. The judge is expected to make a ruling at any minute. In the meantime, here's a recap of what happened earlier today. Inside the Collin County Courthouse, the process of selecting the men and women who will fill these 12 seats in the courtroom of Judge John Roach continued behind closed doors. Karmelo Anthony appeared on a live camera feed sitting at a table with his attorneys wearing a dark suit and tie, while his attorney, along with prosecutors, continued the work of finding a jury that would give him a fair trial. When prosecutors asked prospective jurors if media coverage of the case has led them to form opinions, several admitted that it had, with one replying, I don't know if it's going to affect me, but I can't tell you those thoughts are not inside my head. Another prospective juror who identified as an educator in Frisco ISD, where both the defendant and victim attended separate high schools, said this is close enough to home that I'm not confident that I could be completely fair. Potential jurors were also asked if the age of the 19-year-old defendant, who was 17 when authorities say he fatally stabbed 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a track meet, would influence their judgment, as well as his race. One prospective juror, who prosecutors identified as African American, said he would have a hard time putting a brother in jail. Anthony's attorneys plan to argue that the defendant stabbed Metcalf, who was unarmed, in self-defense after an altercation. Prospective jurors were asked if they would hold it against Anthony if he didn't testify. One prospective juror said he would, saying silence is deafening. It matters. It's difficult to ignore. But a question from Anthony's attorney, Mike Howard, drew the ire of several prospective jurors when he asked them, how do you feel about the country's immigration policies? A number of them refused to answer, saying it was irrelevant. And again, we are awaiting this decision by the judge on the defense motion to cancel these 3 strikes of black jurors from the prospective jury pool. The judge is going to make a decision on that. Tomorrow, when opening statements begin, we'll get our first look at the makeup of this jury. The prosecution and the defense both got 13 strikes out of a pool of more than 500 prospective jurors. That was whittled down to 250 today. But again, this is going to be a major decision. We're waiting, and we will bring it to you when we get it. Live in McKinney, JD Miles, CBS.
But I definitely want them to be able to find, jurors that actually look at right and wrong and not looking at it. And I'm glad that a lot of them, like, I ain't gonna be completely fair, for the ones that's honest. I mean, I'd rather somebody be honest to get up there and lie or anything like that, or like play a certain way. Like, I don't like stuff like that. Actually finding somebody that is, obviously, all about the right. I'm not even gonna lie. Because this is truly just wild. It's truly wild. It's truly crazy. Just simple fact that you have people that's out here that truly just looks at that. I'm going to show y'all some stuff. I'm going to definitely show y'all some stuff. But before I do that, this is Sav. Sav Says. Y'all can go follow Sav Says. This is her ex account, Savannah Hernandez. So y'all can go check her out and her videos. But you have her here speaking more so in front of the Collin County Courthouse.
For day 3 of jury selection in the Karmelo Anthony trial. And I was actually able to go into the courthouse today and listen to the defense question the jurors myself. It was very interesting, and I have a couple of notes for you guys. Now, one of the first things that stood out to me is that Karmelo Anthony's lawyer, Mike Howard, stated that he's going to be referring to Karmelo Anthony as Mello for the duration of the trial. Now, he states that this is the nickname that Karmelo Anthony's friends and family know him by and refer to him as, so he's going to be referring to him as Mello for the rest of the trial. On top of that, he's also looking for a jury that is potentially sympathetic to Karmelo Anthony not taking the stand to testify. This was a line of questioning that came up quite a bit, so it very much seems like Karmelo may potentially not be taking the stand. Only time will tell. Again, opening arguments are supposed to be starting tomorrow, but just some insights into what the argument from his lawyer might be. What was brought up today was constitutional carry and the fact that Texas is a stand your ground state. Now, regarding constitutional carry, Karmelo's lawyer brought up the fact that this does not only encompass guns, but it also extends to knives as well. He also stated that because Texas is a stand your ground state, that Karmelo Anthony did not have a duty to retreat. So just some insight there on what some of the arguments brought forward in defense of Karmelo might be throughout the duration of this trial. A jury has officially been seated and 12 jurors have been chosen, which means that opening arguments do start tomorrow and the trial will officially be underway. You also have 6 alternate jurors that have been chosen, meaning that if any of those original 12 get dismissed, one of those 6 will go in and take their place. Now, another interesting thing that I noticed regarding Karmelo Anthony's GoFundMe is that Once
rising.
the jury selection started on Monday, people started donating to his legal defense fund once again. Remember that this is a GoFundMe.
They starting this right back up. This is what's sickening right here.
That was started to raise funds for Karmelo Anthony and his family. They stated that it was going to be utilized for legal defense, for everyday living expenses, for counseling, and it was originally set at $350,000. That number, after being very quickly surpassed, then shot up to $500,000. That goal was also surpassed. So the new goal for this legal defense fund is $1.3 million, and it is currently sitting at $612,000 in donated funds to Karmelo Anthony and his family. But a little look at the inside of the courthouse today and also the outside of it. There were some protesters here on behalf of Karmelo this morning. I went and I tried to interview them, and they were extremely aggressive. One of their security guards told me that I needed to leave. Again, my question was, hey, can I interview any of you guys today? I'm just interested in why you guys are here, why this is important to you. That resulted in him telling me that I needed to get out of the area or he would be my worst nightmare. Another woman
That's crazy. I'm gonna be showing y'all some stuff
immediately
too.
saying that I was harassing them simply because I was trying to find out, again, what group they were with, why this was important to them. So just wanted to give you guys a little update from outside of the courthouse. I have my pen and paper because the rules are so strict for media in this courthouse that there is no filming allowed inside. There's no phones. There's no cameras allowed. Remember that a woman was already kicked out on Monday for attempting to film potential jurors. However, this judge really trying to keep things under lock and key, with one of the jurors today even saying, quote, Judge Roach is really scary. So that's all I've got for you guys. This is day 3 of the trial. Stay tuned for more.
There's a lot of people that's on top of this, and I definitely love it. Just the fact that they giving us a lot. Me personally, I don't know about y'all. Honestly, almost wish this was, shown so we be able to see, and stuff like that. But I mean, I get it. It's different things, a different reason on why. So I definitely understand. But me personally, I don't know. I feel like as far as the jurors, not showing them and certain things, but obviously there's some technology out here to where you could honestly show just when it comes down to the judge and Karmelo, or even, because we know obviously who's, in there. But I don't know. You got it right here, though. Says a small group of pro-Karmelo Anthony supporters are currently standing in front of the county courthouse for day 3 of the trial. None of the protesters here were willing to interview. One of them became very aggressive upon being asked if they were open to an interview. I can see it right here. That's crazy, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. And you have more and more people that's honestly looking at the simple fact of them more so of oh, he's black. He doesn't deserve this because he's black. And that right there doesn't go to show anybody. It's not good, especially when it's coming to other. And since they're, obviously for, this black young man or, teen or whatever y'all want, it's not showing any other young black men or young black teens that it's okay to do, when it comes to raising this money, when it comes to having people speak on things that's obviously not right. This is not teaching anything. It's not teaching at all. And it's this returning cycle. It's sickening. This is from Savannah Hernandez. Says, this morning I tried to interview Karmelo Anthony supporters and they immediately got aggressive. Their security then told me that he would be my worst nightmare if I didn't leave. Says a look into some of the people who are here to support Karmelo Anthony.
Self-defense is not a crime. 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 Self-defense is not a crime.
That's crazy.
Self-defense is not a crime. Self-defense is not a crime. Self-defense is not a crime. Self-defense is not a crime.
Self-defense is not a crime. And this man had a whole knife and did that. Austin put his hands on, like none of this. His hands self-defense. Nothing self-defense about what happened. Nothing self-defense about what happened, especially with him running. I mean, come on now. Let's be real.
Self-defense is not a crime. Self-defense is not a crime. Self-defense.
What does the shirt say? I can't see the other part. All I see is the bottom. We declare something. Then you got he is free. All right. I guess we're going to see. I'm going to tell y'all one thing about this. And this is me being completely honest with y'all. This is nothing that surprises me. We knew this was going to happen. I'll even tell y'all even further. When they say that he is guilty, Judge Roach, because, again, people have said that he is, he's scary. And honestly, seeing the last cases of Judge Roach, he's fair with it. I wouldn't be surprised if they act a fool when they come down to the streets. When it come, me personally, I won't be surprised. Y'all see me obviously talk about it. I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm telling y'all. You literally have right here Carmelo Anthony's attorney, Mike Howard, picture below right here, says keeps repeating to potential jurors that under Texas law it's not illegal to have a knife under 5.5 inches in public space. Anthony was armed with a knife the day he unalived Austin Metcalf at high school track meet. However, Carmelo Anthony was not in a public place. It happened on Frisco ISD property, in the high school football stadium stands. School-sponsored events are classified as prohibited places for weapons, not public spaces. And they know that, and he knows that too. I don't know why they keep on with it. It gets worse, though, as y'all see. You have, this post by Dominique Alexander. And you have, obviously, Sarah Fields, that is putting out amazing information. So make sure y'all go give Sarah Fields a follow, please, if y'all would. There's a statement from Next Generation Action Network, Dominique Alexander posting. Y'all can go find a lot of this on Facebook. Y'all just look up Dominique Alexander. He says, today during jury selection in Carmelo Anthony trial, we witnessed a deeply troubling development. The prosecution used its final strikes to remove the remaining qualified black jurors from the jury pool. Just keep listening. The Next Generation Action Network is outraged. A fair trial is constitutional right and public confidence in our justice system depends on the belief that juries are selected fairly without discrimination. The removal of all remaining qualified black jurors raises serious concerns that cannot and should not be ignored. Let me tell y'all something about this. Regardless of the fact, stop looking for black jurors, bro. Me personally, I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at jurors that's going to be real. Regardless of what's going on, I want to know everything. I want to throw them some questions that ain't got nothing to do. I want to see where your head is at. Them sitting here, we need black jurors. We need somebody black. We need all black jurors. No, y'all, they're literally trying every single thing they possibly can to try to win. And I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Says, while we respect the authority of the court and the judicial process, respect does not require silence. We will continue to closely monitor the case and ensure that the community and people across America remain informed about what is taking place. We are calling on the court to do the right thing and ensure that Mr. Anthony's constitutional rights are protected throughout these proceedings. Justice may be fair. Justice may be impartial. Justice must be for everyone. NGAN remains committed of advocating for transparency, accountability, and a fair trial for Carmelo Anthony. It says going to be a fair trial, as I look at, and trust and believe I know things within this judge. It is going to be very fair. Me personally, of seeing what this judge has done in the past when it comes down to doing what's right and what's fair when it comes down to it. You have it right here. This is college, and I literally have to mute this. A lot going on. Hopefully that don't show. I might have to actually take apart, because people can be regardless of, people can be that hard work. But people have, somebody put out a vote. Can Karmelo beat this case? I'm asking y'all in the comments down below. Can Karmelo beat this case? Me personally, I don't think so. That's just me being honest. Just seeing on how, again, what I've seen, what I've looked at, how his team and how everybody is reacting to the things leading up to the trial. Just seeing everything about it, I don't think so. And me personally, to be fair, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while within him sitting in the cell. That's just how I feel about it, just seeing on how and what he did. And this is something, and me personally, the people around him is making it worse. If you want to get technical, the people around him they're making it way worse. But they're going to see that. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.